The moon and tides, astronomy lesson 3.5. All right, let's see. Let's jump right into it and talk about tides. So, tides are caused by the pull of the moon's gravity on Earth. Since the moon has mass, albeit not as much as the Earth, but it still has mass, it pulls a little bit on the Earth. And that gives us something called high tide and low tide. High tide occurs every single day, as well as low tide. They both occur about every 12 and a half hours. One of the things I wanted to talk about is something called tidal range. So tidal range is going to be the difference between high and low tide. So if you knew what your high tide was and you subtracted your low tide, that would give you your tidal range. And that's important because we're going into these different terms called spring tide and neap tide. So a spring tide, get that out of here, is a larger tidal range. So there's a larger difference. So the difference between high and low tides is much greater. And this occurs whenever we have the Earth, Moon, Sun in alignment. So this occurs on a new moon as well as a full moon. And it's these cooperating pulls that give us these larger differences. Now, if we have a large tidal range, we also have a small tidal range, which is our neap tides. Neap tides is when there's a low tidal range. So the difference between high and low isn't very large, or at least not as large as it is for a spring tide. And this occurs when the moon, Earth, and Sun form right angles to one another, so 90 degrees. This is our first quarter and our last quarter moons. All right, that's all I have for you on tides. In the next one, we will look at exploring the moon.